Hello everybody, hello and welcome to the new edition of Frontline Report. It is early May of 2024. The weather is quite nice and I hope it's the same in your part of the world. And we are sitting down with Elio once again to talk about what is new in the game, what we can expect from the game in the future, and the recent changes that are happening. One of the biggest questions, Elio, is the new feature, the new chest system that is going to be available to all of the players. Some of the players, we know your names, you have abused it and you found out how to use it before you were supposed to, but okay, we are not angry with you. So how is it going to change the way we are getting our units and what to expect from it in the future?
Sure thing. So first, thank you for testing all the tooltips that we have in the game and finding all the slightest way, but it's great. We like it, of course. So yes, we're talking about the new feature draw. We wanted to create a new entry point for the user that's very clear about how you're going to obtain new units. And at the moment, we are a bit scattered in the previous setup with actually reinforcement, with land-lease feature. Land-lease feature not very clear sometimes about what you obtain from it, what's the timeline of the units that are in it, etc. So we're trying to actually frame that a little bit better. So within the draw feature, you have like different banners. So you will have the standard banner, for example, where all the units that are not limited, I'm encroaching, I think, your next questions, but all the units that are not limited are actually there and you can obtain. Of course, there's still a progression per league that is available, but you can actually obtain most of the units there. You have a bit of control, so we went for something that's inspired from other games, but as well makes it ours. So you have a bit of control actually in the unit that you can select. So you have three pre-selected units that have a much higher drop chance than the others, but you can select one yourself within rare or epic rarity.
You can even select an epic.
You can select an epic if you like.
So BZ2 lovers, this is something for you.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're for Germany or any other nation, you can actually select your favorite units.
So the limited units, I already saw a few people on Discord figured out that you can get some of the limited items from the chest. How is it going to work now and going forward?
It's true. So it's something that actually was kind of done, but never really explained before. Land-lease, some of the units that you will find in the land-lease will be limited, some of them will not be. And as a user, you have no way to know that. You know, okay, it's a new unit, okay, it's in land-lease, but actually it's not going to come in the regular offers, in the regular reinforcement, etc. Which is what we're changing here. We're making it clearer. I mean, it's work in progress. As soon as we release it to everyone, everybody will be able to see it. But the limited unit will be in the limited banner. So actually, it's going to be very clear that you need to spend the updated contract, which are renamed to tickets. You need to spend tickets to get this limited unit, and they're going to be limited for a certain period of time. So this is not something that's going to be forever. Actually, like M41 will not be limited anymore soon-ish. I can't give exactly a timeline, but that's going to be the first one actually. That's not going to be limited anymore soon because on top of limited units, we have a lot of new content for you guys. So
new units. New units.
So I think we're releasing within 2 months more than we released in 1 year, 2 to 3 months. So
that's some great news. More ways to counter T25. Finally.
Oh, is it good?
I mean, according to some of the players on Discord, it is extremely good. Not as good as S51. Maybe a few words about how is it doing? How do you feel about it? Does it need any changes to the newest time?
So it's a bit tricky because we want the unit to feel exciting when you play with them. And in the past, some of the units that were released were very underwhelming. So let's say if you think back about M41, when we released it the first time, it was actually quite underwhelming. And there was no point actually so much in using that unit. Then we made it a bit more powerful. And then now we may need to do some final tuning about the unit to make it fit properly the meta. So the thing that it gives us with the limited units, we just have a bit of time to adjust the unit, to make it exciting and to adjust it to fit perfectly our ecosystem, you know. But at the same time, if we don't want to go about new units that feel weak or not interesting to play. You know, it's a fine-tuned balance that we're trying to achieve. We're not there yet. We have a complex game. We have like more than 70 units. You know, it's not that easy. I know that some problems sometimes seem to stand out, but you know, we just need to make small adjustments. And maybe if we have time at the end of the video, we'll talk about another adjustment that we may have planned soon.
Adjustments of what, for example?
All right, so then we have time.
Yeah, we do.
So we're thinking, like, at the moment, in the way we're approaching things, we find it's something that I teased a little bit, you know, in some of our previous interviews, but the difference sometimes between the leagues and also the power of the units is very steep.
The leagues as ranks, right?
Yeah, so the ranks, because actually you get different content, right, per rank, etc., and you get different content that you can get in the store, etc. So these parts were a bit too different. So in terms of unit, for example, that's what we're looking at now. I don't have a timeline to give you, to be honest, just yet. But right now, the power level difference between level 1 and level 15 is too high, which is why you're being so upset when there's 2 or 3 level difference. So of course, we're working on the matchmaking improvements, etc. And we're going to A/B test that, let's say, kind of, with the seasons, as maybe we're going to talk about in a second. But before I get there, just to finish on the topic of the power level, we just want to reduce that a little bit. So actually, it's still interesting to level up your units, etc. But it's not, 2 levels don't feel like, you know, such a massive gap between 2 units. We want it to be a bit more competitive in that regard. But of course, if you have a unit that you love, that you actually leveled up, they're going to be a bit more powerful, just a little bit less.
Sounds great. Sounds really great. And yes, something that you've already teased, something we have up on our sleeve, even though our sleeves are quite short today. It's something that has to do with matchmaking, because we always hear you, that matchmaking doesn't always feel right or just. So is there something happening?
So we're going to experience some things. So actually, relatively soon, we're going to have an experiment of 1 week in 1v1. And we're going to see, we gathered actually, we've been talking about it a lot, and Mike has been representing you guys quite a lot and pushing that. And we feel it as well sometimes. It's a really thin line. If it was just 1 + 1 = 2, we'll have done it some time ago, but it's a bit more tricky than this. But at the moment, yes, we gathered data, we gathered extra data in the last months. We are ready to do an experiment maybe next week. We're not sure yet, maybe next week. And we're going to do an experiment for 1 week, and we're going to see if that's fruitful. We're not just ready yet on doing it on 2v2. We know that 2v2 has its own problem as well, you know, but we're just doing one thing at a time to know, like, okay, is that better? Is that worse? How players are reacting to these changes. So yeah, so we're acting on it. So we are acting on 2 levels. Really, this power difference, I think, is not thought of so much, but actually has an impact on the matchmaking, because actually 2 level difference, if the 2 levels are like that and like that, you know, you're going to feel different about the matchmaking approach. So we're acting on this, and we're acting also on our formula of matchmaking, on tweaking like the few parameters, you know, that we have. So I hope it's going to be better and better. I'm hoping June is going to be the month where we actually have final data in. But so, like, again, if we're lucky and things work out quite well in May, then we will apply, of course, the test results to live.
So guys, we have quite a lot coming in the next month or 2. And we hope you are as hyped as we are. We are eager to hear your thoughts. There's been a lot going on, and there is a lot coming in the next coming weeks. Thank you for being with us. Please subscribe to our socials, join our Discord, and see you in the battle.
Thank you.